Hiya, this is Sam Elliott. I'm into some fucked up shit, so I love the P word. Listener discretion is advised.
Ladies, if you're going to take the time to dress up for New Year's, make sure you don't drink too much. There's nothing hot about a girl in a sexy dress covered in champagne vomit with puke tears smearing her mascara. Let's reserve those antics for Halloween, shall we?
Welcome to the American Moron Entertainment Network.
We're your friends. We're not like the others, man. Really.
It's true. I tell you, it's the first thing I say to every girl I met in my whole life.
Yeah, it sounds like solid advice.
Yeah. I didn't say it to Bree, though.
Oh.
It seemed to work out.
That is.
Weird how that works.
Yeah.
So, hey, happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Happy horror days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all kinds of holidays now, so it's not Christmas anymore, but, it's still the seasons.
There.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go away.
Ugh.
I have to say, in Vegas, we've seen some of those episodes where, on the weekends especially, like we try not to be there on weekends because the young people come in for their
Damn youngsters
parties. And some of them, can't make it to the,
Morning.
proper area. So they're out on the sidewalk or in a trash can. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, Mr. Tom's World.
Hey.
Oh, look at
Well, everybody looks thirsty, so
Drugs and alcohol.
Why is George always so loud?
I don't know.
Yeah.
all
The lights look good. It looks brighter in here than reality when you look at the video.
Well, and soon to be even brighter.
Yes.
Maybe.
There's room to put a second strip, Nance.
Yeah.
We just measured.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to do
You're going to do it below or above?
below.
Below.
And these are going to turn just red all the time. Because red is my favorite color.
It
I was
is
always wondering
lies.
about that.
Blue is my
That's
favorite color.
lies.
Oh, blue's your favorite color?
Yeah.
It is.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I never knew that. I always wondered about that.
None more black.
Well, we're doing a Brooklyn brewery, so this should be good.
Ooh.
It's an amber lager.
Merry Christmas, Jim Naffis.
Hey,
Tom.
Mary.
Bold, toasty, iconic. Uh-oh. And they've been shaken, not stirred.
So this is the beer when I was living in my, I don't know,
good, too.
in East Falls. When I was living in East Falls, this is, I used to get a lot of Brooklyn Brewery.
That just happened to me all the time.
I don't know.
Good stuff.
But I'm going to let mine settle a second.
I opened that very slowly, too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's.
We'll just...
I don't know what goes on with you, dude.
Well, I have my
He was skipping over here.
my cup
So
was
happy.
My cup was on the wrong side of the keyboard, and I didn't want to drip all over everything.
Yeah. Ooh.
Technology nightmare.
Yeah, you gotta college it, Nance.
Mm-hmm.
Told you we should just shotgun these.
Yeah. Paul and I were talking about my college days.
She had some experiences.
In college?
I know, it's shocking.
My God, all I did was study.
I was the Students Against Drunk Driver, president of Students Against
When
Drunk
you were in high
Driver
school.
in high school. Went to parties, drove everyone home. My first night of college, I was wasted. Called home on a payphone.
Oh, yeah. I
Payphones were
remember
in the
those.
hallway back then. And my sister said, "Are you drunk?" And I said, "Maybe." She
Shut
was
up. Who
like,
is
"Are
this?"
you kidding me?" So, doing funnels and all that stuff, yeah.
See, that's one of the things I
Yeah,
never...
unfortunately, it landed her not being in college.
Right. I wasn't in college
She
very
took the
long.
one-way ticket out of college with that.
Yeah.
But I can never understand
I
games
wasn't
like...
sober the first semester. of
Hey,
college.
professor, you got any books I can read? I'm feeling pretty good today.
Ooh, nice, Tom. That Mad Elf is good.
Oh, God, yes. Where were we at Mad Elf recently, Nance?
I don't know.
We were at
That does not sound
Elf.
familiar.
Yes.
Last time I had it was up in
Chicken
Quaker.
fingers, wings, and things.
You had it there?
Yeah.
I don't remember you having
That's what
that.
I had. I had Mad
No,
Elf, and you had the.
I had Vault.
I had Mad Elf.
Okay. I had something called just Vault.
Volt?
It was
Vault.
It was like sweet potato flavor or something.
You had two choices. So it was Vault sweet potato or Vault
And you went with the Southern
something
Country
else.
version.
It was good.
So I did. I
was
went with
good.
sweet potato, and he was jealous when he tasted my beer, and he wanted more of
That'd
that.
probably be more like a pumpkin ale. Ooh, I like that.
It actually
different.
was very smooth and sweet tasting. Oh, I want to go back there again to have a beer.
Maybe tomorrow night after dinner. After our first drinking escapades.
Escapade.
Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow night, we're doing happy hour tomorrow night. Since I'm working a half day and Nance is off, we're going to do some happy houring.
Ooh, that's not the right one.
That's a fact.
We don't do
That's
that.
a fact.
We don't do that very often.
No. Well, we never.
Usually it's
don't
around
get
this time of
home.
year we do, honestly.
Yeah, because we never get home from work.
I think the last time we did a happy hour, we went up to the train, the Stroud. What was that?
Train museum.
What was that train thing?
No,
that train
was it
line.
Strasbourg?
Nope.
No, it was in
Munchin, PA.
No, it was in Jim
Thorpe, but it used to be called Munchin, PA, or something. Or
that sounds like a fun place to be.
Yeah, it does.
Jim
right?
Thorpe. So yeah.
So don't feel good about this one.
No,
I'm
too
about
spicy?
5.5. First of all, it's very carbonated. Like it's
so it exploded.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, it is recarbonated.
You're talking in the wrong mic, just so you know.
Well, you can hear me just fine.
Yeah, but this is the one I have dialed in for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
It's okay.
I'm all screwed
It's
up.
fine.
I'm screwed up. The person that was going to be here didn't come.
Yeah, so we were supposed to have Joby Parendier on tonight from Romeo Delight.
Okay.
I think he took a wrong turn.
It is easy to get.
He did confirm
lost and
earlier in the
murdered
week
here.
that he would be here, and he's not here, so.
We fucked up.
He
got away.
Sorry
He
about
got
that.
away.
What do you think of this? What do you giving it?
I'm going to give this a 7.
7?
Yeah.
I'm a 5.5 for this. For me, I mean, I don't.
It's a little bitter.
Yeah.
Oh, Frank! I think
Oh,
we have a new
Franklin's
guest.
joining us.
Franklin might come in.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 9.
Come on,
I actually
buddy.
He's
really
got
like
some
this.
lungs.
Yeah. Come on, bud.
It could be the fact that I hadn't really had anything to eat today, so I'm just like
That could do it.
What do you think about it?
I like it.
Oh,
I actually
yeah.
like it. Yeah,
I ate a lot.
it's
Gesundheit.
it's
Oh,
a little
that's fashion.
it's a little spicy, but I actually really like this. This is
Yeah.
good.
Not my thing.
So I have Jim Naffis sent us some music,
Yeah.
Oh, let's hear
and
it.
we can get away with this because it's not copyrighted.
Yeah, he's been getting dinged lately.
Well, I got dinged
Yeah.
for my own stuff.
Right.
That's like weirdly masturbatory.
They copyrighted Instinct and put us on Spotify, and now we're on some playlists.
And now you
for
can't
Spotify.
play it.
And now
Right?
I can't play
Exactly.
I hate these.
it. I can only play like the
I don't
bootleg
remember the world being this complicated when I watched the Jetsons.
stuff. No,
No, it's quite easy.
So this is let's see how it works out. It's that's definitely. Oh, I know where that is. This is the recording studio over in near Ballackinwood, I think. Cinderella in the studio. Long cold winter era. Cajun Studios. I didn't know it was right on the river. Christine used to work there.
Doing what?
She was the office manager for
Somebody
Cajun
famously
Studios.
get murdered around there. Somebody worked there.
I know nothing about it.
I'm not accusing you of anything.
Usually you are. So I never saw the inside of it. So this is cool that I'm actually seeing it. They recorded Operation Mindcrime in this studio. And Boys to Men own it. Or they
Is
did.
it
Yeah, it's a famous place.
still open?
It has a different name. Boys to Men bought it when it went under.
Okay.
It was a gun factory at some point in history.
Before or after they bought it.
Before.
Okay.
Yeah. But this studio, a lot of big records were made here.
And it's in a shitty place too. It's right down.
It's right on the river.
Like yeah, it's in that really
Based on the
shitty,
picture I just saw.
super fun site my dad used to work at. Damn it.
Don't know what you got till it's gone. That's the intro right there.
Here we are. Where are we going to go?
I was waiting for somebody to fall down the stairs there.
What? I don't know that. Fred's trying to remember something that you said.
I'm trying to remember something that I wrote on
This is backstage at the Galaxy. This used to be the dressing room right here.
I've been
There
there.
used to be windows over here.
There used to be a railing right here.
Now there was never a railing there.
I know I fell down twice.
I sat
Yeah, if you had too
right
much
about
food,
there with
you
Tom
would go
Kiefer
harder.
looking out that window one night. We played a gig with
Are you
him.
waxing melancholic?
Some people were engaging in some illegal substances, which are now legal.
Not even
Real
us.
backstage.
Not even us.
Not even us. So.
That's it.
Now if they could just make, like heroin patches, we'd be set.
Oh my goodness.
The funny thing is, like, the backstage there was upstairs. And they had a studio in there as well.
Still here. Haven't been up here for a while. This is where we used to rehearse.
Well, it wasn't professionally decorated.
Oh, that is professional decoration.
The guy that owned
It is probably considered
the
that
guy
now.
that owned the Galaxy supposedly invented those little things that they put between electrical wires, the little T-cross or X-cross.
Let's see what the dressing room looks like.
That's what he said.
Ages ago. It's been so long since we've been here.
The bathrooms here were notoriously painted black in the men's room.
Yeah, I did that at my house once. It was not a good idea. And I tried to.
Why?
I thought it would look cool, and then I tried, and I realized how.
Like, was it just your bathroom? Like a man cave bathroom? No.
No, she agreed. But then you went into the bathroom. It was like the lights weren't even on during the day.
Oh my gosh.
So I thought, okay, I'll paint.
Doesn't sound very soothing, right?
And
No.
I even painted the tub.
No.
It was my first house, man. I was young, and then I thought, I'll brighten up. I'll paint the corners white.
Patricia Phillips in the house.
Ew.
Oh, it was horrible.
That just
It was
sounds horrible.
Yeah,
It's like where you're gathering bodies or something.
I finally had to just give up and just have the walls torn down and
Yeah,
rebuilt.
I agreed. Like, how do you cover that? 6
Yeah.
coats of paint.
We got into the band right here.
We had a bunch of people come in and then they left. I guess they didn't like the Cinderella video. I
I'm
don't
sorry. Well, they might not know what it is.
know. Oh, there he is. There's our guest for
Here,
tonight.
have a chair, buddy. Come on up here. Come,
Yeah.
come sit. Come on, come here. Come on. Come.
He's also got some live Britney Fox from the Galaxy.
Nice.
Yeah, I could put that on if you like.
So obviously we're here
And
on
the-
Thursday because
Yeah.
Why?
Christmas.
Why are
was,
we here?
Christmas Eve was
Christmas.
Tuesday.
We were traveling, so
So
we couldn't be in the area.
we had some wise men appear, wise women. Some people came over. So, yeah.
I don't know how wise they were.
And I don't know. How wise they were. My
sure.
Aunt Tootie
They're
was there,
IQ.
so she ain't all that wise. She
The fire truck was cool this week.
I love
Yeah,
the fire truck.
yeah.
But yeah, it's funny. My aunt was over and she looked at her tree and she goes, "I like your tree. Is that real?" I'm like, "Good Lord, no." And I mean, and she's like, going on about how it looks and everything, and I'm like, "Yeah, well, these are all." We started out with, regular ornaments. When it was Bree and I, our first tree, we used Keystone Light cans because we were really poor.
Oh,
We
okay.
couldn't afford ornaments, but damned if we couldn't afford
I
beer.
used, I
you could
used
drink.
Coke cans. I worked at Crown, and we did the Coke
Yeah.
cans with the Santa cans.
Yeah, that's it.
I had those on my tree.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Do you have a pickle in your tree?
No pickles. We have. I did show my aunt the angel in our tree. Actually, we have two.
Okay.
We have Castiel from Supernatural, and Angel from Angel, David Boreanaz.
Yeah.
Like an action figure at the top of the tree.
So we have Will Ferrell as Elf in the top of our
Oh,
tree.
Caitlin would love that. She
Yeah.
loves Elf.
So he's at the very top of our tree.
See, I have a problem with Christmas movies. I don't like the very Christmas movies. Like I'm not a fan of Elf.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of
I've
Will
watched
Ferrell.
it.
Yeah.
See, he makes me laugh just looking at him. Like
I can watch it for Zoe
he's-
Deschanel being in it. That works.
Yeah. I think after Talladega Nights,
scene where
I
she's
really
singing
got
in the
into
bathroom.
him.
Oh, me
so
too.
He's
Talladega Nights.
He's one
Yeah.
of those guys where
he's silly.
you watch for at least for Brie and I, you watch
He's
the movie
silly.
and you're like, okay, but then you watch it again and you appreciate it more and
Yeah,
more and more.
I-
Like Anchorman.
Yeah.
The more I watched it, the more I really started to. It was kind of like a cult thing, and
Yeah.
got into it.
I get it.
But like, I hate. And I'm sorry, I know I'm going to piss somebody off. I can't stand vacation movies.
Vacation movies like
You don't
Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation.
Oh,
I can't
oh.
fucking stand
Oh,
them.
I have to stay away from it because I know every word of the movie, so it's not really funny to me
have
anymore
never
because
even
I know what they're gonna say.
I've never even seen one of them all the way through.
Oh, Jim. Fuck you. See, maybe I don't know.
I mean, I've seen
It's too late.
I've seen Vacation all the way through in bits and pieces.
Yeah.
If you watch it from beginning to end.
You know what it is.
And put yourself in the time frame too. That
That's
it does
true.
help.
Here's the problem I have. Chevy Chase, after Fletch, and even in sometimes before that, he started for
This
me.
is pre-Fletch though.
I know. Fletch was like the last movie I could watch him in.
No,
But
I never saw
a lot
that.
of other movies. It's like he's doing an impression of Chevy Chase.
Well, in this,
Like he mugs for the camera.
in Christmas Vacation, he's just doing it. Let's say it was pre-jump the Chevy Shark.
Well, when did Spies Like Us come in?
I
was
think it
way before.
Way after, I think.
What's the way after?
Yeah.
But that was like the end for me. I could not deal
Yeah.
with his like crap. It's like, stop it. You used to be great. You're on Saturday Night Live, great. Caddyshack,
Oh,
not
my
not
God,
even
killer.
a movie without you. He was like Caddyshack was like John Belushi for Animal House in that. He had to be there.
Now, see, I'm a John Candy fan,
Mm-hmm.
and Trains, Planes, and Automobiles is one of my favorites.
That I do really,
I
really love
love that movie.
Where are your hands? Between two pillows.
Right.
He's selling the girls
These are two soft pillows.
the shower curtain rings for earrings. That makes you look 21.
So Jim Nafis just sent me the drum off between Will Ferrell and Chad Smith.
Oh,
That's
that
hysterical.
was funny.
Yeah.
That guy looks just like him.
Which
That's
one?
So
Who was imitating who?
Exactly. Yeah.
Who?
Where the hell is Bernie? I've been calling all over the place. Where is he?
He's all excited about stuff. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on over
Yeah.
there.
Al, calm down, Al.
Still pissed
easy, man,
off.
easy. So yeah, I have a hard time with that. Like I wanted to bitch about this for months. Like Hocus Pocus. I fucking can't stand that movie. Stop associating with Halloween. Just stop.
I don't like
Please.
Yeah, that's not really.
Just stop it now. Please.
Yeah. Home Alone's very cute. I just watched that. I hadn't watched it in years, and it just appeared on the TV, and I was like, yeah, let me just watch.
What creeps me out is watching Home Alone and the original Beetlejuice and looking at it and thinking, my God, Catherine O'Hara was so young.
She was hot.
She was like 40. Did you
hot.
ever see what is it, like Dr. Tongue's? So, oh God, I can't remember it. It's like an SCTV skit.
Gabe
where John
Ozzie
Candy
Fritz is on the show.
John Candy is like this mad scientist called Dr. Tongue.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like doing some weird experiment on stewardesses. And like she comes out dressed in like, I think like a bathing suit. And you're like, no, that is not Catherine O'Hara. Holy hell.
I love her. Oh. Not so much now. We just watched the latest
Beetlejuice 2.
Yeah.
Sometimes they shouldn't make a second movie.
Jim Nafis is asking, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? And
Yes.
I would say
I think so.
absolutely.
I think so.
There,
100%.
In fact, we started watching Die Hard
On
Christmas
Christmas
Eve, and then the Yule log was
We had to put the Yule log
yeah.
on.
So
Oh,
we
my goodness.
We had the Yule log crackling.
I thought I was
with
going to say the old
music.
Yule log got excited and well, we had to deal with that.
I'll show you this is what we were using.
I remember when I was on the Shake Man show one time, and he asked that question around Christmas time, like, what's everyone's favorite movie? And he came to me, and I said, Die Hard. And it was like, oh my God. Like, no one, like, he made it seem like no one had ever thought of that. This was years ago. And then after I started
always
hearing
been
not
more
what
about
I
it-
think
in my
about.
book, it's always been.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
it's
is the
truly
second
a
one.
Christmas movie, I think.
Die Hard 2 is as well.
I don't know if I remember.
It happens
that
on
one.
Christmas again.
12-month GLP-1 program.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I was like, we were talking about all the different Christmas movies that are, obviously a Christmas story.
It actually sounds like Our Neighbor's House a few years ago.
Yeah, kind of.
That's a shame.
Makes some muffled explosions.
That's wrong.
Why?
Oh my gosh.
We just-
that
That's what it
was
sounded
tragic.
like.
As far as we know, he didn't set the fire.
That was tragic.
Well,
That
you know
literally
what?
is what I heard when I walked out.
All
back.
I
it
try to
was.
stay optimistic and think at least the fucking kids are gone.
Oh, you know what? We're happy about that
Kid.
too.
It was just a
they
kid.
didn't die in the fire. Nobody should
Oh,
think
no,
that.
If you want to, go nuts, man.
But to see a fire like that, like 2 doors down, and feel the heat from the fire from your backyard, and then when the fire trucks came, I mean, the water was coming into our backyard where I was standing because I was like, just
they had that-
everybody
the
was out
boom.
front. I was out back like hiding.
You're putting water on your own house.
I was hiding. I was like, this
I was thinking
is
about it because
horrible.
it was that hot. You could feel
It was
the
very
heat.
hot. It was very
Speaking of
hot.
feel the heat,
Ooh. What do you got there?
It's Feel the Heat from Gene Bevois.
You're just trying to get in trouble now, aren't you?
Yeah. He just played in Vegas with they did a whole like Kiss thing, Kiss Cancer Goodbye, and he was one of the guys that performed. He sang some Paul Stanley songs.
How is he?
He was a
in his 70s?
Oh, has to be.
Oh, okay.
Has to be.
Yeah.
He was a co-writer for a lot of Kiss songs in the 80s when Kiss got very poppy, especially the Paul Stanley songs.
I'm still annoyed that the 80s are further away than the 50s were in the 70s.
So Jim says that he agrees, but his wife always fights him on it.
Why? It's a Christmas time.
He said she just ran in and said, "I disagree with all of you."
It happens at Christmas time.
It's okay, but you know, part of this.
It's not a holly jolly kind of Christmas movie for sure.
Christmas wrapping supplies saved everybody.
You always have disagreements at the holiday time,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
So, what is her favorite movie for Christmas movie?
I bet it's Miracle on 54th Street or 34th Street or something like that.
Well, Nancy doesn't have a favorite 80s band because
she likes country
I'm
music.
a country girl.
But there was probably a country band. Didn't you like Brooks and Dunn or something like that?
Yeah, I mean...
What about these guys? They just put out a Christmas song.
No.
Oh, I heard of these guys.
Oh, yeah.
That fiddle player is the
These
best.
guys are amazing.
The Shit Kickers.
This is a great Christmas song.
Said, let's set the mood with some cider hot and some good country food. But Uncle Joe had a better plan. Pulled out a present in an old tin can. He said, this here will keep us warm tonight. A little holiday cheer and liquid light. There's moonshine in the main.
Yeah, sorry. Fucking. Yeah.
Oh, there's nobody at the door. Sorry.
There you go. So there's that.
Yeah, so Christmas Story, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You'll shoot your eye out.
That's absolutely a
we
Christmas.
watch that.
Yes,
we just
it
leave that
is.
on the background, like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Like this just
Yeah.
plays constantly
Yeah.
on a TV.
There's usually a station like TBS or
Yeah,
something playing
TNT
it
or TBS.
back
something.
to back.
And then they came out with a sequel to that.
They
where
did?
It's the 70s.
Oh, it's the boy is now grown up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that, but
One year, Nance and I went to Cherry Hill. They had a replica of the house in the mall, and then you got through the whole thing, and then Santa was on the other side.
Yeah.
Somebody
it was
actually,
very small.
It was good.
Somebody
exhibit.
bought the house, the original house they filmed in.
Yeah.
It does not match the interior,
Just like the Brady Bunch.
but
now it
the
does.
guy forced it.
Oh, okay.
He like gutted
So
the house.
he put the leg always in the front
No, I mean like the
window.
walls and the rooms, like
Sure.
it didn't match
Yeah.
up. He
Yeah.
made the floor plan match.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they did with
And
the
you can
Brady
stay
Bunch.
there now.
The Brady Bunch house was the same thing.
They have those over across Henderson here.
Yes.
Brady Bunch house.
Very similar.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
it. It scares me.
Well,
Makes me nervous. I feel like I'm in the 60s. I'm gonna get murdered by the Manson family.
oh boy.
I just wanted to hang
You
out
go
with...
all the way.
I
0
got
to
a lot of
60.
hang-ups.
I wanted to hang out with... what's her name? The oldest sister.
Marsha?
I wanted to hang out with Marsha.
Marsha.
I like Jan.
Marsha.
I liked Marsha.
I like Jan better. I did like the fact that Bobby and Cindy were making out between takes.
So we're
Was that real?
Greg and
Greg and
Marsha.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're teenagers.
Well,
boy.
Greg took Florence Henderson out on a date.
Yes.
Oh, later in life.
No.
Yeah. What?
No. When
Back then?
Yeah, she went because she thought, she was like, oh, it's cute. I don't want to break his heart. And I'm like, did you sleep with him? I mean,
Oh
what the-
gosh.
But they just went out to dinner.
Jim Naffis just sent you a Brooks and Dunn.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
I don't think we can play that. We might be able to play this.
Yeah.
No?
I don't.
Does country music now on the internet?
It's not that. It's
Now,
is it
now
copyrighted
Jim
material?
makes his own country music, which is fabulous and wonderful.
That's
and
scary.
We just won't get in trouble for it.
No, we can't unless Jim does what Russell did to me with the Instinct
Yeah.
stuff.
Like I was thinking of putting it out on Facebook to let people buy it.
Oh, this is live, so we can.
So I don't know if that'll screw us over.
Although it does say Arista on it, so it might be a copyrighted performance.
Yeah, if they.
He said Jim says that this is his favorite song, Nance.
Oh, very nice.
Country song.
It's a good one. Yeah.
Now, when I was a listings editor,
It's a really good one.
Brooks and Dunn had their own show on the CMT. You know, National Channel, maybe
Country
it was
Music
called then.
Channel.
And that's like my telly. It's the same as my telly.
Yeah, they use the same stuff.
No, I'm just, I know.
You know,
it sounds a little different when I use my
It's
telly.
not like it's not a broom with a string attached to a box.
It's the same amount of necklaces I wear, though.
See, country just makes you smile. Like, it's really.
Yes, it makes
fun.
me smile, too.
Yeah.
Makes me feel like I should be. Makes me think I'm making out with my sister sometimes. But.
No, I just love it. It tells a story. It's really cool.
I just like the chicks.
Ooh, that's a little weird for a country song. Get your ass kicked. I just remember when I was in Florida, like when I first got there in 7th grade, we were having a dance. And it was right around that, like, I think ZZ Top had first, like, been discovered in Florida at that point. So they were asking the students, like, do you want rock or country at the dance? You know, so I was like, and it wound up being like it was like me and then everybody else wanted country.
Well, you were in Florida.
Yeah, I know. But I was just like, come on.
Well, they need to. I mean, New Jersey used to have, I don't know if it's still there. They used to have a country western club.
Yes.
Is it still there?
I don't think so. It was
okay.
It was somewhere.
I forget what it was called.
They had one here.
It was very popular.
Terry used to go there, and she was in a country band for a little while that used to play that place.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name now.
I can't either.
But it was very popular. My parents used to go there.
I know that if there was a place again around here, it would be very popular.
Well, you don't need to have a place now. You just have to have a band. Like, there's a band called Y'all or Nothing.
Okay.
They just played the other night. They're playing this weekend. Yeah. And then you have, what's the other band?
The other country band?
That's big around here.
I didn't know any were.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Well, my parents are both dead. They don't listen to cowboy music around
Who
here
is
anymore.
that? There is another band. I've heard you say
I've mentioned
their
it
name.
many times.
Yeah, no, I can't think of it.
But they don't play just country. But I think Y'all or Nothing does mostly country.
Okay.
They were just up at Sweeney's.
Well, we just saw Deej on Christmas night.
Yeah.
She was showing some
We went down
country.
to
She did
Screwballs.
Patsy Cline, which is
Shot of Southern.
Patsy
That was the
Cline
band.
is
Shot of
my
Southern.
favorite, like old time country. So
Should have taken a bus.
Shot of Southern.
Yeah,
that's the name. Yeah.
Yeah, we had the KP Corral over where Fox and Hound.
Correct.
Was. I was there once. That was kind of a horror show.
And it was Popcorns
before that, and then shit, I can't remember what was before that or after that.
Now it's going to be the Dog Cafe or something.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
So I don't know. One time, a bunch of the girls that would come out to see Old School, back in the day, I guess 2013, 2014, we went over to Valley Forge.
Yes.
And they had a mechanical bull, and it was a country. Listen, the girls, a lot of people got drunk, including myself.
Oh my God.
I did not get on the bull, but one of the ladies got on the bull. She nearly lost her pants trying to get on. Her jeans were hip huggers, and she got on, and she was so drunk she went off the other side. She jumped right back up, tried to get back on, was
while it was moving.
Oh my God!
I was always afraid I would do something stupid and embarrassing.
I laughed so hard. It's one of those laughs where you go, please stop. Your face is hurting because you're laughing so hard. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, stop. I'm going to pee my pants. Stop. This is too much.
Please stop.
And she videoed it.
Wow.
And we played back the video for months after that just to have a good laugh. But
come on, please stop.
Oh, sorry.
So Jim Navza wants to know what my favorite 80s band was.
Yeah, what was it?
It's hard to tell. I change all the time.
No, but what was it then?
Not now. It varied even then. It really did.
Okay.
Bree, when I said I was a metalhead, Bree was horrified. She goes, I had no idea. I'm like, well, I'm not sitting around listening to like apocalyptic metal in front of you. That's not how you get chicks. But
Sure it is.
I don't know, man. Maybe Def Leppard. I don't know. I was really into them. I had reasons for it.
What was your? Well, yours was Kiss.
But I think,
but in the '80s, it would have been Dokken mostly.
Oh, okay.
I think, yeah. I mean, I was really into Ozzy
and
too.
Loudness.
Like it was hard. It's hard to pick one because
Loudness.
especially the '80s, everything was like it went from like rock to 80 different versions of everything. You know, you had you had different. It wasn't even just metal anymore. It was like heavy metal, speed metal, this metal, that metal. It was like
Well, it was a genre with many facets.
It just everything split like crazy. But
it's funny because in the '80s, I think I listened to a lot of disco music from the '70s. Oof. I just really loved that. So I don't even know if I know.
I used to see. I couldn't do that because my sisters used to dance the hustle in like their room, and I had to witness shit like that. And, like, and then I remember I went to New York in 6th grade on a trip. And we went to this place called Adam's Apple. It was a disco.
Was that the place with the floor?
They all have floors.
No, the one with the light-up floor from Saturday Night Fever.
No, that's 2001 Odyssey, somewhere from Brooklyn or whatever. But
Brooklyn, baby.
But I found out that was the place where the hustle was invented, and I felt unclean. But yeah, my sisters just did do that shit all the time because right around the time disco was really huge, my sisters were 18-ish. And they kept going. They
probably go to Jersey.
Exactly. They all went. They were going to Jersey, go to Aljo's and all the other places over there to drink. And then they all wound up moving out to Jersey just so they could drink. It's kind of scary. Like, my God, man, just taxes are lower here, right?
Just get a friend who works at the door. That's what I did.
But I mean, they that's where they went every night anyway. I'm like, how do you go there, drink all night, and then drive home?
Yeah,
carefully.
Yeah.
Like I remember one time my sister Karen's and her boyfriend borrowed my dad's truck for a month. When he got it back, he's like, "Can you help me?" I'm like, "Okay." Went outside. He's got this huge bag. There must have been 1,000 empty cans of Budweiser in the back behind the seat in his truck.
So your dad asked you to help
him.
So they returned it
full of
garbage.
friggin' beer cans. Yeah. So he was well pissed off.
Drunk and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
Yeah. So what was Tom's video this week? I can't remember.
It wasn't this week. It was last week.
Oh, it was last week. Yeah, and you talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't have one this week.
Yeah. Well, he's busy. It's
he's
Christmas.
Slacking.
It's Christmas.
Holidays, man.
There's no excuse. I want product.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
There is no old school show this week because the place we were supposed to play, there were stairs involved, so I canceled it.
I'm confused.
2 months ago, I canceled it.
Why?
It was in Phoenixville.
Which place in Phoenixville?
The rec room or something.
Oh, okay. There were stairs involved.
Something about stairs, and
yeah.
I was like, yeah, we'll
break a hip.
It's very hard.
It's just too much. I'm 57.
There's a lot of gear.
Mm-hmm. I like gear, but I don't like carrying all the gear.
You had roadies.
Yeah. Haven't had those
I
lately,
paid my dues, Jim. Remember that one?
Yeah.
That's an old song.
Oh yeah.
You should make a song out of that.
I think we should make a song out of that.
I'd feel dirty if I did that.
I think I can if you would indulge me, we could write that song. I give you some gem lines.
Mm-hmm. All right, we could do this. We'll throw this around.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, do you take your tree down?
Case closed. Let's get
like
drunk.
right after New Year's,
after New Year's,
yeah.
After New Year's,
we're
gonna take that tree down.
I have to remember to change the timer. All my lights are going on 8 o'clock in the morning still.
Oh.
I changed them for Christmas Eve to stay on all day, and they were on all day yesterday. And
there's Joby. He says he can call in.
I can send him a link.
Better late than never, Joby.
Let me send you a link, and you can send it.
Do you have a car issue or?
Ow.
We left the light on and the door unlocked. That was a little risque.
What, like Motel 6?
Yes.
It is definitely risque.
I don't know what's going on. Old School is having a text chain right now while I'm on the show because they don't know we're on.
Oh, well, tell them to tune in, then they can ask any questions.
I feel like saying to them, piss off, I'm busy.
Piss off.
I'm busy, you fuckers.
I have an appointment.
I sent you a link if you want to send it.
Oh, a link. Did you send it to me on Facebook?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I'm looking. Oh, I have messages.
Yes.
All right. Hold on, Joby. I will.
That would be me.
Forward this somehow. Let's see. Forward. Oh,
See, there you go. Dr. Tung's 3D House of Stewardesses.
I've never heard of that before.
You have to look it up.
I have never heard of that.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dr. Tung or Dr. Hung?
Dr. Tung.
That's the other channel.
Fine, thank you.
So, for those that don't know, we just sent Joby the link. Joby is the bass player for Romeo Delight. It's a Van Halen cover band based out of Northeast Philly, or somewhere thereabouts. My buddy Buddy Blanche is the singer of that band, and I know Joby for years now. He's also a sound guy, and he does sound a lot for us up at Mixed Stews when Old School plays up there.
Nice.
So it's kind of cool, man. We go back quite a ways, and he is quite the extraordinary bass player.
All right. I don't know if this is going to.
Hopefully, he gets the link and calls in.
Oh, you want that?
Yeah.
That's one of the things.
Good.
That's one of the things I wanted to ask you guys because I know I drink fast and it's.
You do drink fast.
Water, beer, liquid mercury, anything. Well,
Yeah.
just mercury. What is your average time? Because even the waitress on last week was like, "Wow, you drank that fast." I'm like, "You go fuck yourself."
Right. Right. No.
And that was like a 12-ounce gin and not gin, rum and coke.
Rum and Coke. Yeah, because I got a
me,
double.
It took me a good 20 minutes to drink that.
It did.
I can drink.
I don't
I can
know
drink
if it
a
did.
big drink like that in probably
20
about
minutes is
2
a
minutes,
long
3 minutes,
time.
dude.
It took that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to that stuff, I drink it.
I mean, I could drink. The other thing
Yeah,
is like
because it tastes. I mean, it wasn't a strong drink.
No,
it
it
was
wasn't.
good. It was a well-made drink because sometimes, so we went somewhere else.
We can't say where we were.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
Listen, I understand.
so hedonism 3.
Right.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
the drink needed a chaser. It was so strong. I needed
But
to
it
ask
wasn't
for
even-
like a glass of cola
it wasn't
to
good.
like mix with
Well,
it.
it's like one of our favorite bartenders used to. They would make the drinks. Like I would watch them drink, and it's like, or drink. I'm sorry. I'm reading this and I'm thinking, and I should be chewing gum too.
You're multitasking.
You
and
are.
I'm not
We
doing-
were just watching a story about
and I
that.
kind of hurt, so that's taking some of my
Good
time.
morning.
But I'm watching them make. Like I went, and had a gin, rum and coke, and I'm
Fran
watching
Tarkenton?
them make it.
Oh, sorry.
And like I'm watching, they're pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring, and I'm like, all right, I appreciate the thought.
Right, but the bar. I mean, the
and they
poor
put-
bar owners are just getting.
Oh no, that's
ripped
pure,
off.
No, it's pure profit. Trust me.
Oh my God!
No,
No,
it's-
you can't
you think
pour
about-
a
I'll tell
drink
you what.
like
Think
that
how many
make money.
Think how many 1.5 ounce shots are in a bottle, right? And every one of those costs roughly around $4, and the bottle cost you 12. Here, have some more.
Yeah.
But I mean, I watched them with a new bottle, like pour it, and they put it down. I'm like, Jesus Christ, a quarter of the bottle's gone.
But nowhere around here that
It
happened.
doesn't taste
No,
good
absolutely
when
not.
it's heavy-handed.
I don't mind it,
Sometimes I
especially
don't.
when it's
but
gin. Because I
I
really
realized
like
at home I'm making them wait. Like I use these all the time, and I like pour it up to here. That's about where it should be. But if I go a little further, because I'm like, well, it's almost empty, and I'm like, oh fuck, and it's like half a glass now. Yeah, I can't even like I found that like I'm making myself mix drinks and I can't finish them anymore. And I'm like, fuck, am I getting old? What's going on?
I don't know, but wasn't good.
It wasn't good.
Wasn't good.
It wasn't good.
Wasn't good.
Wasn't good.
I do
But
not like
last
real-
night
like
we were down at Screwballs,
Yeah.
and it's Christmas night. A lot of places open for Christmas dinner and stuff like that. And there were people there eating and stuff. It was pretty crowded in there.
It was.
It makes me kind of sad though. Christmas dinner at
Yeah,
Screwball.
but I think it is sad to think
Was it like single people?
people
at a
are not home
table,
with their
or-
family
there
or
was-
they don't have
There was a whole
family.
family with babies.
With babies, and they were all having dinner
They
together.
were having a great time. They were tipping Deej.
see,
They were
right.
singing.
My
And
parents used to do that. Like we would go out for like Christmas and Thanksgiving to restaurants.
Oh, okay.
And I found that loathsome. I hate doing that. To the point where I was like, I will make dinner.
Yeah.
I will clean up. I will do the whole fucking thing we just stay home, please.
Well, I think Christmas is for kids. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, Christmas is so different now that the kids they're all grown and looking forward to grandkids, so then we can start it all over again. But it's like, what are we doing with ourselves? Like,
I can tell you what happened in my house during Christmas.
Yeah, what happened?
It wasn't Christmas.
No, it was
very
Hanukkah
lonely,
if you were lucky.
It? No, we went to Chinese.
8 days
We went to
of shit.
Chinese restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Just like that, we would go to a Chinese restaurant.
Well, I started that tradition with him. Like we always,
we go to the casinos
in my
with
family,
the Chinese people.
we would just stay home all day
Yeah.
in your pajamas. You didn't even get dressed. You just ate breakfast and then you stayed in your same clothes.
That's what my
all
sister
night.
does with her kids.
Right.
We do that
And,
too, yeah.
Like when I met him, it was like, oh, well, we always did Christmas Eve with my family and Christmas Day. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, we don't have any kids. Like, what are we
We were
doing?
sitting here looking at each other, watching
And we're like,
Christmas
all right.
Story.
Let's get naked and watch a movie.
We'll go to the Chinese
minutes.
restaurant. We had Chinese and
We used to go to that Chinese
Let's get
restaurant.
naked
in
and watch a
Plymouth.
cartoon.
Yes.
And then we graduated to going down to AC,
and yes,
which we would have gone to a casino this year, except our teenage 80-year-old child that lives with us decided to wake up at quarter to noon.
yeah.
Came walking out of the room, was like, "What are we
and
doing?"
by the way, I fell last night and bruised my foot.
So
And I'm like, well, I
How
don't
do you
think it will
fall and
be
bruise your foot?
walking. And it was the
The
side
one
of her
thing you're
foot.
not falling onto.
Right.
apparently that's what she fell on.
She fell against something, bruised, and she did have a bruise on the side of her foot.
Really
so I was
attractive.
like, we can't walk around a casino. It's all walking.
Yeah, you get a wheelchair.
And
hope you're proud.
She was she's too vain for that.
Well,
There's no way
Then
she
you
would.
get a boppy.
There's no walker.
Or what
There's
is it,
no
a snuggly?
Nope, none of that. Like,
Yeah, so
No.
she agreed that we wouldn't go.
yeah.
She
So
agreed.
we were doing things in the house, and
Yeah, so I started like
45
laundry,
minutes later,
doing
she
stuff.
comes walking out and says, "I'm ready to go. Let's go." And I'm like, "No, we need to leave 30 minutes ago or whatever it was."
Right. It was like more than like in
And
40
we had a
minutes.
very small window of time yesterday
Mm-hmm.
to go to the casino because the casinos we weren't even
gonna-
going to AC. We were just going to go to like Parks, which is like 40 minutes from here.
Not the one just down the street here?
No,
that one.
That's,
Is it shitty?
I don't like it there.
I imagine it would
It's
be
not
shitty.
good.
It's
You come out
okay.
smelling like a pack of cigarettes.
I did that at
and-
Parks.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Place
Sometimes
stinks.
it's
Of
not
late,
good.
it hasn't been like that.
Yeah.
I don't know about of late, but when
hasn't
I saw you guys
been
play
bad.
there, it's smoky. It's like being home to visit my mom.
Really?
Yeah.
No. Usually when we go, it's not bad. But there have been nights when I've smelled the smoke in that place. But anyway, we didn't end up going. So we just lounged around and did stuff around the house and went to Christmas dinner. So not at a Chinese restaurant. We were invited to go to a house. So
Yeah, we used to go to my family used to do everything on Christmas Eve. Like at midnight, we'd open presents and all that kind of stuff. Unless we had to go to mass, then we had to wait. But yeah, it was kind of shitty. I never really liked that.
yeah.
But it was like we go to their house on Christmas Eve and then her parents' house on Christmas Day. And finally, Bree really put her foot down. She goes, you know what? This sucks. We open presents in the morning, and this is when Caitlin was little. She gets her presents. She's all excited. And then it's like, put that shit down, get dressed. We're going to grandma's.
Right. Yeah.
So we told everybody, no more. We are not.
Yeah.
It's
in
not
for
fair.
Christmas. Yeah.
Well, everyone always came to our house when my kids were growing up. So that was nice because
Yeah,
nobody else had children. So
Well,
they
now
came
it's
to
sort of
my
the
house.
same. We
Yeah.
do a little thing at your other,
Right.
at the other house.
Right.
Now, when I was in my previous life, I always had a Christmas Eve party, but that was before everybody got married and had children.
Right. Yeah.
We used to have these big ass
here,
parties,
buddy.
and what was funny about the
Here.
Christmas Eve parties was that everybody was in their 20s. All my friends were in their 20s, and they didn't have kids and cousins and whatever, so nobody had anything to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we would have a cake party.
Yeah. We used to do that stuff. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and we always had New Year's. That was religious. Every year was New Year's. But the Christmas parties ended up usurping the New Year's parties in terms of its debauchery and craziness.
I think Rankin Bass had a show about that. They used to
Really?
do that, yeah. Christmas and New Year's would fight
So
wars. And
it was
stuff.
funny. So like, and Wawa would be open, so there was always like plentiful food, and they were the most fun. Like we had Larry last week, Larry Dresden. He came to many of those parties and stayed the night,
Yeah.
because we called it drunken Jenga. You would set up the Jenga tower on a high pile carpet.
Oh, okay.
Because as soon as it fell, whoever pulled the last one had to do a shot. Well, if you do it on a high pile carpet, it doesn't last very long, so everybody's getting drunk. And this would go on till 4 or 5 in the morning.
Oh, that sounds like
that's one of the things I never
highly
understand
debauched.
about like beer pong. Never played it. I refuse to play it because I've played game. I've been sitting
I don't
around.
think the link's working for Joby.
I don't know.
No.
It's just, let me see, make sure it's the right one. But yeah, it's the right one. I wind up like wanting to drink. Either I win too much. I'm bored. I'm like, I poured this because I want to drink it. I don't have to be tricked into it. I'm not.
No, but you
5.
drink on top of the drinking. That's what. See, when we would
Well,
do it,
yeah, I mean,
you always
we
had
do
a
that,
beer or a drink. That was just the icing on the shit cake.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So it.
To this day, I can't drink orange juice because of college and screwdrivers.
Man,
I
oh, man.
cannot drink screwdrivers.
One of the things about vodka
I can't even
was
smell orange juice. It
Really?
makes
It
me
still
sick.
gets
yeah.
to you.
Yes.
I don't say with pomegranates, but for
See,
different reasons.
my mom's iced tea.
No, are you ruined?
Well, I'm never going to have that again. So
Oh.
She doesn't make her own iced tea anymore.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
No, but like, I mean, the vodka especially, when we were kids, you got the shittiest stuff. Like my parents, at best, they had Canadian Club. But it was like, Vladimir vodka and
The good stuff.
Giro tequila,
well,
and like, oh my God, what is this shit?
When you're
and
younger,
if
you can't
you have
afford
bad
anything.
vodka, man, it's like bad gin. You wake up in the middle of the night like, I'm gonna die.
Right.
Many.
Am I still alive?
Many.
And then about an hour later, like, I want to die.
Many years ago, I think I was still in high school. My buddy Larry was in college, and he had some friends, and they lived, maybe a mile away from my house. We both lived on the same block, so from both of us. So we walked to this party. We went to this party, and everybody was drinking. And I remember they were playing Metal Shop in the background from YSP, and I wanted to be cool. I'm hanging out with all these people, and they're like, "What would you like to drink?" I'm like, I could go for some vodka. And they're like, "Vodka on the rocks?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So they gave me like a full drinking glass.
Collins glass full,
yeah,
yeah.
and I drank it.
Oh, well, let's take this.
Oh.
Then I ended up with the guy's girlfriend in the backyard.
Like vomiting with her?
No.
Right. Yeah.
And it was just a whole
You're hot.
scene. It was a whole scene. And then by the time, the alcohol kicked in, and then of course somebody had some cannabis herbis, and I partook of that, which Larry never did. So we had to walk home. Now it's like 2 or 3 in the morning.
There weren't no Ubers.
And I'm walking like Igor, trying to get back to my parents'
Vodka
house.
bad.
Yeah, and in the morning, I'm sure.
At least there were no ring
Lifting
doorbell
your
cams.
head was
It was
difficult.
one of these.
I hope you're proud.
Yeah, I wasn't. But that the funny thing is, until I got to
So
about
did your parents wait up for you, like at the front door, waiting for you to
only
come
when
in?
I drove.
Okay.
See, mine never did except once.
Yeah.
Well, I was in college. I remember the last time I went out on a date, and I was going to school in Bucks County at the time. I was going to Bucks County Community College. So I went on a date with somebody.
Milkmaid.
Somebody up in the Levittown vicinity. So I went out and, hung out with, God knows what time I drove home. It was 2:00 in the morning. And I came in, and there was my father sitting on the sofa.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, we're not doing this. I think I was 19 or 20 years old. I'm like,
There he
listen,
is.
I'm 19 or 20 years old. You should be waiting up for me. Joby,
What's up, guys?
what happened?
Going.
What happened?
I apologize. It's the holidays. I've been running around like a complete madman.
That's what the holidays are for.
I apologize. I promise the next time I meet you, the sound won't suck.
That doesn't help Jim very much.
Grab my headphones.
Well, I'll just cry myself to sleep. It's fine.
I'm going to go get another beer while he's getting.
You want something out here? I have one of those or the Yingling Light.
I'll take a Yingling Light. Coming in. Coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tap
pour
on
it in
that
here.
a little
I'll
bit.
take it.
Okay. Yeah.
But wait a minute. You are married to him. What am I going to catch here?
No, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Nothing
that's
you
already
need shots for. So.
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah.
We've been tested, unfortunately.
Okay, when you finally settle down and say, "Hey, you want to live with me?" At that point, you're like, "All right, let's get tested."
That's how I found out I had high cholesterol.
That's how I found out I had a genius IQ.
When
I
you
got the wrong test.
Give me one second. Hold on.
Yeah.
Take your time.
I thought that they only tested for syphilis. The hell's good
They
at that?
tested me for sniffles. And then I was going to do that commercial.
My mom, the neurologist, tested her for syphilis to get her neurology appointment. You know, they did a CAT scan and everything.
Now I can hear you without the echo.
Oh my God. She was so offended that they were testing her for that. Because apparently that and going like memory or dementia is like goes hand in hand.
That's what happened to Al Capone.
She was so offended.
So we're getting a little like feedback.
Yeah. So
Is that me?
Yeah, I think it is.
You.
Yeah.
You're
Okay, hold on. I'll turn the mic down.
Okay.
Way too hot.
Little over modulation, Mr. Sound Guy.
Yeah, or rumbling.
Way to rub it in,
in the jungle.
I haven't changed my socks. They're fermenting.
There he is. So we saw the shirt. We did talk about you in a nice way. You mentioned Romeo Delight, and that is where your fame comes from, because you are famous now.
Oh, really?
Because it's light,
right?
almost like water.
But look how dark it is.
I don't think he can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. You're looking at me like, what? What are you talking about?
Well, there's lots of conversations going on behind the scenes.
Well, I'm trying to be.
I don't want any.
I'm trying to be Joby centric.
No, thank you.
Since he's here.
Okay.
And I appreciate it. And like I said, I apologize for not being here in the studio. I owe you guys an appearance.
We'll reschedule on a regular Tuesday.
We'll play flashlight tag out back.
Yeah. And we'll do it.
When it's not a holiday.
I can't on Tuesday nights. My office works until 9 o'clock.
Okay. What do you do for a living,
Horrifying.
I work with my fiance at her dental office.
Dental.
And dare I ask what you do at the dental office?
I run the office.
Oh, look at that. He's the boss man.
Yep.
Not the boss man. It's just the three of us.
Okay.
So it's me, Vicky, and our assistant. And on Wednesdays, we have our hygienist.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're handling
So
billing.
he's out,
You're
studio.
Yeah, handling the billing, dealing with insurances.
Oh, well.
getting your codes right.
I'm just psyched that the dentist office is open late.
This is why I'm bald, is working at the office.
I get it. I get it.
I don't even go into work anymore. I just work from home, and I still get stressed out from the office.
Oh, of course.
It's funny. So I do my blood pressure most mornings, and my blood pressure is usually about 130, 135 over 78. When I work from home, I take it additionally later in the day.
Yeah.
And by 2 o'clock, I'm usually like 150 over 90. And that is a direct result of whatever it is I'm encountering with my job.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's always a nightmare.
But if you also took that with doing band stuff, you would be the same because you're a very emotional person.
Oh, well, when I have to set up lights and sound for the band, I'm a psychopath.
Oh, I should do that. Some night I should bring the blood pressure machine down to the down to the bar.
Yeah. It would be.
And then see what it is while you're setting up.
Immediately to the ER.
Right.
Because
911.
I'm probably well. There was a couple shows that I did.
That you just
Yeah,
that anyway.
I went down.
You went down anyway, yeah.
It's sometimes it's just too much because in addition to doing my own gear, I'm doing all the microphones in the front, and then I'm
lights,
setting up the lights, and and usually
yelling at me.
There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm not yelling at you.
Don't do that. Don't put that there.
Well,
no, that's
not
where
that goes. There's a proper place for everything.
No, I found out that last time you were at Screwballs, I was like, everything okay? And he just ran out the door. I'm like,
right, like.
Oh well, I
left.
I had to get something.
Yeah, that's me too.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I did a show, and you didn't have your router. It was like, what the fuck? And you had to run out and get a router. Literally had to go buy a router.
I mean, I could have done it, but I already had you guys saved, and it was just easier to go get it, come back, because I had to rewire everything to go through the analog board, and it just would have been
a nightmare.
A nightmare.
Yeah, more time spent. And that night we had a fill-in vocalist, so it just added to the complexity of it all. So soon,
you gotta love those nights.
You'll be seeing us with Bob. Bob is a permanent member of Old School now. I don't know.
So he's now one of the three?
He is one of the two. So there are two vocalists in Old School now. It's Deej and Bob. And
she's fantastic.
Yes, she is. They're both fantastic.
Yep.
So they're going to be trading off shows and doing shows together for the majority of 2025. In addition, we will have
awesome.
some shows with Tom Deck and Deej, and we also will have David McGuire doing a show or two from Highway Run, among other bands. Yeah, but for the most part, they are the singers, and 2026, latter half of 2025, they are the vocalist of the band. So that's something we just had happen, and we're making that solid, and it's going to be a work in progress as things, everybody has to feel their own way through this thing. The band hasn't had two vocalists since probably 2012. 2012 there was actually a male and female vocalist in Old School back in those days. So I'm proud to announce that. I think I spoke about it before, but this is probably the first time I've actually mentioned their names and said what's going on.
I think so.
Yeah. So
Ariana's in the house.
Hey, Ariana.
Hi, Ariana. Welcome to the fray. Merry Christmas to you. I know you. I saw your post of your tree from your dorm room. That was cool.
You have to have her call in one of these nights.
She should call in.
Find out what's going on.
Not tonight, though.
Not tonight.
Because Joby's in the room.
Yeah, we're busy, but another time, definitely.
Yes, I have.
So, Joby, when did we first meet? I feel like I've known you a very long time.
Paul, you and I have probably crossed paths, God only knows, in the late to mid 90s. Me being in fear of flying and whatever, for a cover band you were at the time.
I've only been in Old School.
Okay, then
that's it.
Old probably met. Jesus, I would say about 5 years ago. I went to see you guys somewhere. Probably Tom and Jerry's, maybe.
Oh, wow. Now, where do you live?
I missed you there.
Where do you live?
I used to live in Essington.
Okay.
But I was the house guy for Tom and Jerry's for 3 years before COVID hit.
Okay. Oh, so there was a night you and I had a conversation.
Yes.
About some guitar volume. Not mine.
Somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's still a conversation.
That one time, yeah.
It's still a conversation.
Yeah.
But he blames me for being loud. But it was so funny because so Joby and I were talking. I remember that he's like, I took him the fuck out. He's out of the fucking system.
Yeah.
He doesn't even need to be plugged in.
The stage volume is that loud, it's not worth even trying to fight it anymore.
Well, when you toured for, I don't know how many years he toured, and you wear earplugs, you tend to not hear things in reality, I think. And that's not
correct.
Why doesn't he just get in your
But that's the whole thing about wearing earplugs. It contradicts what you're doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to turn it up to such a volume to beat the earplugs.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, just get in-ear monitors.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
For whatever reason, that's hard to explain.
There's a lot of things that are hard to explain. Nancy.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
We won't get into deep
You don't have to
details
explain it
because
to me.
they could be listening, and I don't want to go through that.
Oh, of
that pain.
course. Yeah, it's fine.
There's enough pain in my life.
I thought you
as
were
it
talking
is.
about cunnilingus. I was like, that's not that hard.
No, that you do the alphabet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do the alphabet.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
It keeps you
The
occupied.
alphabet works
and
every
it
time.
works very well.
I just listen to the
A,
volume.
B, C. You have to.
Yeah, I don't.
And it's
I
a
don't-
challenge.
No, I don't. That sounds terrible.
Oh, trust me.
No.
Okay, don't trust me. I can tell you that from my experience, it's always been a home run. Well,
I'll just take my time.
That's
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I think I just learned something, but I don't know. I literally.
That's what you were doing down there.
It just hit me what you guys were even talking about for a minute.
And then I got the tap on the head.
I was like, what?
Stop.
That's why he's
Stop.
singing down there. He can't just go A, B, C. It's like,
Right.
A, B,
Right.
C,
Oh, we got to
D,
start over
E,
again.
F, G.
I can't go that fast.
And then if he's drunk, he's like H, I, Q,
Oh,
L.
forget it.
No, if I'm drunk, I just
It's
fall
also-
asleep.
no,
Forget it.
When you're too drunk, it's Morse code.
Let's go down.
Right.
And a raspberry.
Yeah.
I want you to be on my team.
Or if you're even that drunk, annihilated, whatever you are, there's always the binary code.
Yes.
Yeah, but yet it's one of those things
Well,
you don't want to just like fall asleep and be like,
Taking a face plant in the flower bed.
where the fuck am I?
Oh, we're gonna bring that up.
Well, then it's the vibration through the nose where you're snoring. You know, it just transfers.
That was the best
through
ever.
the
What
pelvic
was?
region.
I've been video.
Oh, so Nance is telling a story for the second time.
No, I'm not telling it.
Third,
I don't
actually.
care about
Well,
it
I'll tell
anymore.
the story.
I don't care
so
about it.
I
We have
was
photos.
I went somewhere.
Yes, there are photos.
One night. I don't know when it was, but I played somewhere,
A couple of weeks ago.
and I had a few drinks afterward. So I came home, and I had my double guitar bag on my back and my other guitar bag. So I had 3 guitars on my back and my backpack.
Like that has any bearing on it.
Well, I was definitely unbalanced.
Oh, okay, that's your story.
And I came up the steps in the front of the house, and I misstepped, and the one guitar went flying off and took me down.
Yeah. In the dirt.
Face planted
Face first.
in the flower bed.
At least you missed the concrete.
He
and the
missed
rocks
the lawn ornament, which would have busted all of his teeth out.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, you would have broken your face if you had hit that.
So I got a story to tell you.
Right. Well, I knew he was really drunk when he didn't quite make it onto the bed and fell beside the bed. So he thought he was getting on the bed, but he didn't. He
No,
hit the floor
you just-
beside it.
You just need a bigger bed.
And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, what happened?
That sounds like a good night.
What then he couldn't speak.
It was supposed to be a drunk laugh, but it sounds like
Yeah.
a train.
No, I think it's like we're at an arcade at the boardwalk
trust
for
that
like
site.
4-year-olds.
Yeah,
What is that noise?
that's not me.
Oh.
Uh-huh,
Is that, is that
Not me.
that's you?
No, I got everything muted.
Okay.
I have it down to like 1.
If I play anything that's too loud, the way it's
I don't know what that is.
It's somebody.
Oh, it might be my dog.
That'll work.
It sounds like something growling. It does.
This is my dog.
That's
Hazel.
Ah.
Hazel
She snores
is snoring.
very loud while she's sleeping.
I'm like, maybe Joby has an upset stomach. I don't know.
That's what it sounded like. It sounded like your stomach was all gurgling.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's all good.
that's hilarious. I'm looking at these guys like, what are you playing?
No, I could play like.
Oh my god!
Oh my
Now imagine me and her sleeping and snoring in bed. And think of the
Sorry.
nightmare.
I don't
Vicky
want
goes
Your wife's a saint now.
Oh, there would have to be 2 residents.
I'd have to have a screwdriver shoved in my ears.
Oh my gosh.
I don't sleep now. I hear a gnat fart down the street, and I'm like awake.
Hold on, I'll switch this.
I used to be that much of a light sleeper,
Oh,
but
I'm
then my
terrible.
mother-in-law moved in.
I was always a light sleeper, and it got worse around the 80s when my mom would come in and punch me in the chest to wake me up.
Well, of course, that's how everybody wakes their children.
She would just bust in the room and start.
What the fuck happened in that house?
Oh, all kinds of horror. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I could tell you stories, but it would be like a very special P word. It would take a while.
We need to do it. And I'll get a therapist to come in and help you.
No, I that's the problem with taking all those psych classes.
Deej is
I know what's wrong with me.
Yeah. Oh, I know what's wrong with you too.
Yeah. But
I'm not sure, but I think I.
No, I definitely know. But
So you know what's wrong with me since you live with the other. Oh.
Stop that.
That's
what's wrong with
So
you?
I do want to say, Paul, guys, thank you for having me on. I greatly appreciate it.
We are glad
You
you
know, and it's too bad Larry's not here, so I can break his stones too.
Oh, dude. We were talking about Larry earlier, and I was talking about Larry for years came
to him recently
to my my New Year's parties and my Christmas Eve parties in my first apartment. Larry was a staple at those, and that's when Larry he was taking a shine to doing sound, and he played guitar, and he would hang out. He was like the hippie dude, and I've known Larry since I was like in 5th grade, and I didn't really give it much thought. I didn't really think that he told me he was interested in doing sound, and I was like, that's cool, dude. That's nice. And fast
Sorry,
forward,
I'm drunk. Whatever.
many years later, I'm playing somewhere and Larry's doing sound, and I'm like, dude, you're fucking great at this. Like, you're a great fucking sound man.
And meanwhile, you're not doing porn. You didn't follow through with your dreams.
But that was after my porn dreams.
Yeah. Okay.
That was post porn.
Post porn.
So the porn dream to go out to California, that was in 1991.
So after the golden age.
I was when I graduated Temple University, I was like, well, I could go to California.
Got a Temple degree. I guess I can go into porn.
He didn't want to do the work to be on the radio.
I thought if I went to California, I could do porno movies, which would get me into broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
I would have a shot at maybe doing some other things, and I could take my shot at doing music out there as well.
I was going to say, have you ever heard of the phrase gay for pay?
No. I was not looking.
That's where you start.
No.
If
I was going to be a stunt cock.
If Peter North started there, what chance do you have?
That's a shame for him. But no, that wasn't.
Tom Byron,
I
too.
was going to be, working cameras and things. That was, but that was, But anyway, that was what I was thinking about when I was.
Have you ever seen the movie Orgasmo?
No.
Oh, you have to see that movie.
Okay.
It's about they shoot a porn movie with a Mormon starring in the superhero porn movie with a Mormon starring as the superhero.
Okay.
You got to watch it. Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Trey Parker.
Yeah. South Park. He is Orgasmo. It's good.
Makes sense. It's all coming together, Jim.
Yeah.
No pun.
Yeah. It did actually.
That was good. Unintended.
A blind
Good.
squirrel.
See, that's
gets a
why I
nut.
could never direct porn, because it's like, God damn it, you both came at the same time. You ruined the shot. Do it over.
Yeah, but you can't. You got to wait like 20 minutes, and then the volume's not there.
Says you. There's cocaine.
Dog is not making that noise.
Oh, that was Willie.
That's funny.
Shit. Yes.
So back to Larry.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was crazy. And then now Larry's kind of a legend. No
Larry
joke.
legend.
He is a legend.
I love working with Larry, both him, Joe Perron,
Joe
Molinaro. I've learned from those guys for the past 20 plus years.
And it's crazy to think that both of those guys are gone now. They both died during COVID. From COVID, unfortunately.
Yeah. I told, since I worked in the health field and had a lot of, information about it, I told Larry, I told Joe, I told all the other guys that, since we're in, dealing with the public, that we need to get the shots and just to protect ourselves to make sure, we're okay. And found out he got it.
Yeah.
And 10 days later, he was gone.
Yeah, it was very sad. And, One of the first shows I played when we weren't called Old School, we were called Stumpy Jones in the beginning. But one of the first shows I ever did, Joe was the sound guy, and had a great show. And as per normal in the very early days, I got really fucked up.
No.
So we went outside. Me and the other guitar player went out to my car, and I had my Mustang with me. That was the only mode of transportation I had at that time. So I had a combo amp that I would put in the back seat, and then a 2x12 cabinet that went in my trunk. And so I don't know how the other guy got his shit there. Maybe we didn't play that night. Maybe we just went to check the bar out. I don't know.
Maybe it's a dream and you don't remember.
But we went out front, and we're trying to start my car, and I can't start the fucking car. And I can't get it out of gear. I was so drunk that I didn't put my foot on the brake pedal to start the car, because that's the way cars...
It's not the car, is
so drunk.
That was so drunk.
That's very...
Thank God you had keys.
And Joe Parent came out and,
screwdriver,
put his foot on the brake and started the car, and he's like, what the fuck's the problem? And I'm like, I don't know, but thank you.
Is that a thing?
And the next day, it kind of dawned on me. I'm like, oh, shift lock.
No, Joe would have sounded like this. What the fuck's the problem?
Yeah.
Like, I was drunk as shit, but I know how to put my foot on the fucking
That was
brake.
the first time I met Joe. That was, and it was
really
it was at that place that used to be Fisher's. Remember when Fisher's became a rock and roll club on Castor Avenue in Northeast Philly? I forget what the name of the place was. But there was that rock bar on Castor Avenue in Northeast Philly, and he was the sound guy there. And I think we went up there to check the place out. I don't think I had my gear with me that night.
Was Hoppy a sound guy?
Hoppy was a sound man.
Okay, so Hoppy was sound.
So Nance knows. I have a buddy, Joby, that I don't know if you know Hoppy. Hoppy was the sound guy for the Red Garter and the Cell Block. And he also did a lot of work with Brittany Fox over the years. He was, very deeply involved.
The name sounds familiar. Probably Harvey and those guys would know him.
Hoppy Riddle, or William Riddle. He lives in the Carolinas now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In fact, they were affected by that flood. But Hoppy was a staple in sound in the Philadelphia area back in the day. And when Nance met me, he was just this guy that, he would, whenever he was in Philadelphia, he would come up from down the Carolinas with his girl, and she's from Northeast Philly, and they would stay with us. And, we'd have, they'd camp out here at my place. It was shortly after my friend Rick had died, and Rick was very good friends with Rose, his wife.
Wow.
Rosie Go-Go. And Hoppy was a force to be reckoned with. He was just an amazing,
and he's still here. He's not gone.
He's alive.
He's alive.
But Hoppy's up there.
He is. He's
a
getting
spring chicken.
Yeah.
But Hoppy helped me put together the first PA for the band. He helped me put together the second PA for the band. Mm-hmm. At one point, he was building his own line arrays and selling them to venues and whatnot. But what a guy! All the guys in Heaven's Edge all know him, and all those guys, all those bands. And I'm sure Cinderella as well. I know the guys in Cinderella know him because they used to come into when we used to play at the Red Garter, and Hoppy was the sound guy there. So anyway.
So Joby, do you travel around to different clubs? Or are you pretty stationary in?
Saturday nights I'm at Sue's in Levittown. I was hired by Rotation 2 years ago now. Larry had asked, said, hey, do you want to come in and see if you can fill in for a few days to help teach the kids that are coming in? And I had known Joe Stabler, from, rehearsing at his house a couple of times with my old band, Doc Hollywood. And I kept his number. And they're like, sure, yeah, come on. And apparently I have a reputation of doing good sound.
You do.
Right. And I was, like I said, I was at Tom and Jerry's for 3 years every Friday before COVID. And it was, and Joe and Carl Simpson, who used to do the heartbeats. That's where I learned how to do everything, is from those two guys.
Well, it worked. Speaking of which, I'm going to see you on February 8th because Old School is going to be up there.
Cool.
We'll be there with. I want to see who's singing that night.
I think Bob is.
I know Bob is, but I want to see if they're both doing it. We'll have Bob and Deej, so you'll get the duo.
Oh, great!
So that's going to be very cool. And
I filled in with Bob's other band, Tongue and Groove, one night at Tom and Jerry's.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was in Tongue and Groove about 25 years ago. That's how long the band's been around.
Wow.
And I turned and looked at Scott Brady, their guitar player. I'm like, hey, do you know that song from the movie Rockstar? And he goes, which one? I said, the one that starts with the bass. And he's like, yeah, we figured it out. No practice, no nothing. I kicked into the beginning of the bass line, the drummer turns around, he's like, yeah, I know this. And we start playing, and Bob starts singing. And then if you watch the movie, there's no harmony in the movie. But if you listen to the song that Steelheart does, and it's on the soundtrack, there's a harmony line in it. So I did the harmony lines with Bob. And the next thing I know, he's looking at me with this shit-eating grin on his face, going, yes, Joby knows the harmony line for this. It was a lot of fun.
I mean, you're the Michael Anthony of Romeo Delight.
I try to be.
Flies around drinking Jack
So I got to
Daniels.
tell you a story. So Nance and I are big fans of the Philly Captain.
Mm-hmm.
We watch him very religiously. We also watch Tom's World.
And we watched Tom's World.
But he was at the parade, Thanksgiving parade that you guys played in. I don't know, it was 2 months ago. You guys were on Frankfurt Avenue. He was
Sunday before Thanksgiving.
He was following you guys around, filming you guys. I don't know if you know that, but the Philly Captain he's a huge fan.
Buddy sent me the link for the video, and we're like in 20 minutes of the whole video.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they were right behind us.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Him and his misfits of whatever. They're the Philly. They have a name for their.
They do have a name. I can't think of it.
It's something about the 300 level. It's a whole bunch of guys that he hangs out with at the Phillies games. And
at least it's not the 700.
Yeah, it went from the 700 level at the vet to the 300 level at
I think it's
Citizens Bank Park.
It's a reference to COVID because it's like the
the pandemic
squad or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
But he really likes your band a lot. I mean, he was throwing you guys some serious props, and it's not the first time he's spoken about you guys in other videos. He used to be a regular up at Nick's Woodhaven. He did some chicken finger eating contests or whatever. I don't know, but he was up there and he did some sports stuff and stuff like that. He's a really great guy.
Yeah, I'm really happy for the success he's having.
Yeah, because he's got a Netflix movie out now. I don't know if you know that.
It's a documentary about his life. It's a short story that
it's called The Turnaround.
That it's actually not. It is partially about him, but an inspirational story about something he did for a Phillies player.
Yeah.
And Michelle and Barack Obama produced the movie, which was very interesting to know that they are involved with it. So it was very good. Everyone should watch it and check it out. It's very inspirational.
It is.
And heartwarming, and it's good. Very good.
Yeah, that's the trailer for it.
Gotcha.
You would like it, Jim. I really do.
Check it out.
You should check it out. You would really like it.
I highly recommend it to anybody that listens to the P word. It's just a wonderful story, and it's called The Turnaround. It's on Netflix. Most people have Netflix. I assume. I don't know.
I'll have to contact them so we can do a movie.
They should do one about you and I.
Yeah.
What would they talk
Look
about?
at these two fuck ups.
They did the one about like Rocco Siegfried.
You just took the words out of my mouth, Paul.
Yeah, what are they going to talk about?
I mean, we're famous for doing absolutely fucking nothing but drinking beer and talking to people. But that's fine.
But if they would follow us around at one of your shows.
Oh, they'd learn a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when I
how sick and deranged you actually are.
How angry and mean I get.
Like
Right.
us getting out of the car at Wawa, like, why do you smell like weed? I don't know.
Getting a flat
I
tire
don't,
coming
getting a
home
flat tire.
from Sweeney's at
Changing it in the Sonic drive-thru.
So we were coming back from Sweeney's one night, and we're driving.
That was the night we were like before the show.
We
we're
were
like
fucked
We're
up.
like, where the fuck can we need a fuse?
We were really fucked up. So we're driving on the turnpike, and I'm doing about 60, 70 miles an hour, and all of a sudden I'm here. And I'm like, uh-oh.
And I'm like,
It's the tire. So we were close to Willow Grove. We limped to Willow Grove, and I'm like, dude, we got to change the tire. And although we played Sweeney's and they have sound, I had gear from the night before. So I had a full PA system in my car plus all my gear. And the two of us. So we pull off, and I'm like, okay, we need to find a place where the cops won't see us. So we pulled into...
We were in a bank, weren't we?
It was Sonic.
Sonic.
It was
Was
a
it Sonic?
Sonic
Yeah,
that was
Sonic.
closed for the night.
Same thing.
So
Because
we
every
pulled in
time
the
we
back.
pass it, he goes, "Oh, that's where Jim and I exchanged the
So we
tire."
pulled into the drive-through on the back side where nobody could see us. We proceeded to empty the entire contents
whole
of the
thing's on
car
camera, though.
into the driveway.
Yeah.
So that we could get to the spare, so that we could jack up the car, so we can get the spare on, and then we had to reload the whole car. Meanwhile, we're both stinking fucking drunk. I mean, just 3 sheets to the wind.
Yeah. And I'm waiting the entire time for a cop to be like, what are you doing, boy?
Yep.
Nothing.
And we squeaked out of that one. That was definitely a close call.
Oh, was that the night that the car flipped up the road?
Yes.
Again, that wasn't you guys.
Wasn't us.
It wasn't us, but we drove
had to deal
through
through
the
it.
police phalanx to get into the driveway. And,
Yeah.
I drove
Over the driveway.
over the curb.
Not even that, but like at least like 2/10 of your driveway was taken up by that
By
squad
the police,
car.
yes.
And
Right.
you squeezed in anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hell with them. It's my house. My house, Gus. I'm getting in my driveway.
Right, and I'm gonna run inside and act like nothing
And
happened.
then walk out with a beer.
Now, did you ask the perpetrator of that when you saw them?
So there was a whole thing that happened at the party.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Somebody was talking. Those people lived on the other block, and I'm like, no, they could be right. I'm trying to shut it down.
Right,
Yeah, I
he
heard
was
about
trying to quietly tell the lady, please.
The fuck up.
Yeah,
and
it was bad.
the husband wasn't letting on that.
So we were at a party, Joby, and about
A neighborhood party.
About 2 years ago, somebody flipped their car in front of my house.
Oh my God.
Coming home from a local
Yeah.
place of imbibing, and there was a whole scene.
Not here. It's over in Skippack.
Oh,
It wasn't here, no.
okay. Well, wherever they were, something happened, and so we were at a party, and somebody else didn't know who that was. They just knew a car had flipped, and they were discussing this right in front of the husband.
He
And
was
I-
doing very well, not
and I'm
acting
like,
like he
"Night,
knew
Ariana."
anything about it.
Yeah, he was very cool about it.
Good night.
Well, he's horrified by it. We saw him the next day walking up and down
He's
the
a
road.
nice guy.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
just,
he is
yeah.
very nice.
Everybody at that party was nice, but it was an awkward
I was
moment.
trying to be a dick.
Hopefully, they don't know about this show.
I'm hoping they don't listen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't think
do.
they are.
I mean,
I don't
would
think
they
they
really
do.
hang out to the last wee minutes?
No, I don't think they'd bother.
Right.
They don't listen to me when I talk to them anyway.
Speaking of which, it's now 8:52, and you know what
Yeah,
that
Holy
means.
hell! How
It's
long was I in the
promotion
bathroom?
time.
You were in the bathroom an hour.
Sorry, it really hurt.
That's okay. As long as you are not constipated anymore, everything's fine.
No, it's not that.
right.
So is Caitlin doing cat call tonight?
No, that was Tuesday.
That's right, it's
I keep forgetting what
Thursday.
day it is. I see. It feels like Tuesday because we're doing the show.
I know, it's a little weird.
Tonight
Yeah.
she's sitting up in her room with all her Christmas swag, just giggling and being all avarice.
Oh, okay. So she enjoyed Christmas.
I think
and-
so. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I think this was one of the best Christmas Thanksgiving seasons that I can
Yeah,
remember.
we were.
That's because it was so
busy.
close together.
It really did feel like that.
Yeah.
It was only 4 weeks. Usually it's 5.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I
We were
enjoyed
very
all
busy.
of it.
Yeah.
And Halloween was great.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Halloween was a blast.
Yeah, I got to get working on that for next year.
normally at this time of the night, Joby, we do promotions.
Yeah.
So everybody does their promos for what's coming up. So I have a show supposedly January 4th at the Smokehouse, but they're changing their schedule, so I'm still waiting to hear back if that's still in place. So I did promote it. I did my due diligence, but I have kind of held back, so I'm waiting to hear back. So I don't really have anything to promote. So this weekend, I'm with Nancy. We're doing Nancy and Paulie things.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Tomorrow night we're doing happy hour at Eddie V's, and Saturday night we're going to be at the Capitol Grill for our anniversary and Nancy's birthday. So that's what I'm promoting is Nancy's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yay, me.
Happy anniversary, guys. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
28 years
I
old.
was say now she can drink legally.
She's 30 years younger than me, and I'm
Oh, you have some explaining to do that.
No.
Well.
Not.
Yeah, we don't do the
Yeah,
math.
he wishes that were true. No.
So, Joby, do you have any shows coming up or anything?
So what
you'd
do you
like
have?
to
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Saturday night, we are at a place called The Nook.
This is Romeo Delight.
This is Romeo Delight. The Nook up in North Jersey. And when I mean North Jersey, it's North Jersey. So we do have Havanas on, I want to say Saturday, January 24th.
I got to look at my calendar.
And
I'm playing that night.
And then we have the Broken Goblet on February 28th, which we are doing a very special show. We are going to be the first Van Halen tribute band to play, fair warning, the whole album from start to finish.
Nice.
I have a gig that night.
We are doing Unchained, So This Is Love, Dirty Movies. Sunday afternoon in the park.
You suck.
We have been doing our homework over this break that we've had. And we're going to get back to some serious stuff the next, month or two. And Broken Goblet's where they shot the video for the commercial.
Yeah.
That we're in. I'm not in it. Fran from the launch stood in for me that day for the J.G. Wentworth commercial.
Fran, he's one of my. I love Fran. He's a fellow.
I love Fran, man. He's great gentleman. His wife is this beautiful person, and they're just so down to earth. And the launch opened up for us when we were at the Ardmore Music Hall.
Oh no shit. I think I have a show on February 28th with Instinct. I don't know where we're playing, but it says I have a show. I'll have to look into that. I don't know what I'm doing. If I don't have a show,
have some other stuff where we'll be doing some fly-out gigs this year.
Nice.
I believe Buddy told me we have someplace in Kentucky. Nothing's 100% confirmed yet, but I got the text message from Buddy the other day saying, "Hey, what do you need for a fly-out gig?" And that just made me all.
Yeah, right. I'll pay my own way. No. I need first class accommodation.
I need 4 SVTs. I need 2 Pro 4s. You're going to fly Kevin Dugan in for me to bass tech for me.
I'll be your bass
Kevin Dugan is Mike Lantley's tech, so
there you go.
Yeah. It would be a complete budget plus another $10,000 to bring him in.
He was just out in Vegas. They're doing him and Sammy were doing.
Yeah, Sammy's doing a residency this year.
Yeah.
Michael Anthony posts. He drives his RV with his wife Susan, and they live just outside of Vegas for a couple of weeks. Yeah, must be nice.
I was watching that video, and I've always had this fantasy about getting an RV and driving, and especially to Vegas. And they were pulling up, and I could see Allegiant Stadium in the shot. And Nance and I are crazy about Vegas. It's our
second home.
Second home.
Yeah.
We've been out there. I think 8 or 9 times.
Need to buy a bungalow in Henderson.
I know.
I don't. But I want to be on the strip.
He wants to be on the strip.
I want to live in Vidara.
We should have bought the condo in Vidara.
It was cheap when we first
Darn
went
it.
there. It was cheap.
Yeah.
Now they're like $1 million.
Well, they're double.
Yeah, 30 years from now, I'm going to be saying I should have bought that $1 million condo I couldn't afford back then, because now it's worth 10.
But we literally, when we first went out to Vegas, Nancy and I had nothing.
We had nothing. We were starting over. Yeah.
We were living on fumes.
I still have nothing.
Over.
So.
Yeah. Well, sorry.
Well, I am excited for your dates, man. If for some reason on February 28th I am not playing, I will be at that show. There's no doubt.
Thank you.
I have to check my schedule, but it says I have a gig. I don't know where I'm playing. That's the funny thing.
Neat.
I know I'm playing in March.
You just sit at home until somebody calls. Where the fuck are you?
Right.
I got to talk to them.
Like, what happened to Paul?
Wow, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, well, oh, yeah.
We're here. We have no lights, no sound system, no guitar player. What the fuck?
Well, at least with Instinct, I don't have to do any of that nonsense usually.
Yeah.
Usually I just show up with my shit.
That's good.
And play.
Shit's cool.
That's the way I like to do it. That's the way.
Yeah, that's the way it's going to be for me at the Broken Goblet. Just show up and play.
Awesome. Yeah, man. I'm so happy for you, Joby. I'm so happy for the whole band. I mean, Buddy reached out to me. I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago. You guys needed a guitar player. It's like, do you know anybody? And I'm like, and that's not my forte. Eddie Van Halen is. I mean, I love Eddie Van Halen, and I do Eddie Van Halen-esque things. But if I can't cop it exactly, I'm not going to be that guy in a band. You know,
I mean, we've looked out. We've had some really great guitar players that have come in the band, and now with Brad Capajola in with us.
Oh,
he came in for his audition and just nailed it.
He is so good.
He watched a bunch of our videos and saw how we ended the songs already, and it was like he just came into his audition and just killed it.
Yeah, and then you got Mike fucking Natalini on drums. Like, what the fuck? You know?
Yeah. Well, this is my second time playing in a Van Halen tribute band with Mike.
What was the first one?
The band was called Jamie's Crying.
Okay.
We had lost our drummer, Dane Hopwood, from the band Hopwood. And there was, that lead guitar player, lead vocalist. How do I say it nicely? But they were butting heads quite a bit. And there was some adult beverages that were being abused.
It happens.
And I called up Mike and said, "Hey, man." Actually, no, I'm wrong. I was working with the Heartbeats down at the Lagoon. We were auditioning drummers that night, and I ran down the Lagoon to do the loadout with the Heartbeats. And Mike was already up there playing drums, so I go to Nick Cassiano. I'm like, "Who's this dude playing drums?" His name's Mike Natalini. He plays drums with the Tramps.
And Tease.
And Tease. And I walked up to him afterwards and said, "Hey, man, my name's Joby. I play in the Van Halen tribute band. Would you like to audition?" He turns and looks at me and goes, "Dude, there's a fair shake on once." He goes, "I love Van Halen. Give me your number. Tell me the song list where I will."
Oh, that's awesome.
So we ended up being in that band for almost a year.
Yeah.
And it fell apart, unfortunately.
Happens.
And fast forward to 20 some odd years later, our drummer, Ronnie Jones, who now plays with AJ Slick.
I know Ronnie really well.
I know Ronnie from 20 years ago, too.
I know
being in the band with him.
1990, 91 is when I first met
People
Ronnie.
weren't alive back then?
I was 16 when I met him.
Sure.
Maybe I was 6.
And when Ronnie left, I told the buddy, I said, "I know somebody who could probably just walk right in." And it was Mike.
You weren't kidding.
And I called him up and said, "Hey, man, do you want to audition for this?" And he again goes,
same line.
Yeah. The Bear in the Woods, of course, Joe, my God. And I was still in and out of Doc Hollywood at the time. And he came in, played everything, and, we had to tighten it up, and then once it's tightened up, it turned into the machine that it is today.
And that's what it is. When a band is clicking, it's a machine.
I can't. I'm so humbled and not surprised I haven't been thrown in jail for not killing Buddy yet. But I'm honored and privileged to share a stage with these guys. I never thought growing up would I have been in a Van Halen tribute band, and not only that, getting to meet Mike, Sammy. I met Eddie one night at the Borgata when I was working there with their union tour.
Wow.
And to be able to sit stage right and watch that show was humbling.
Yeah.
And very alcoholic.
That's okay.
I was a little too inebriated to drive my motorcycle all the time.
Don't want to drive
After that.
I've never experienced that problem.
Because you never
on a
drove
motorcycle.
Yeah, not allowed to.
See.
You're not allowed to.
Jim was right there. He was following my lead. Yep. So let me ask you.
Yeah, Jack and I were talking a lot together that night.
I know Jack. He doesn't like me.
Jack and I had a falling out for a lot of years.
Oh, me too. It's called reverse gears as soon as I smelled them. Was Johnny not in the band when you were down there seeing them? Where was I at with this? Oh God! You were talking about.
Johnny Nutt in the Heartbeats?
Yeah, was he in the Heartbeats at the time? Sorry.
Yes, because Rob had they just fired Rob.
Okay.
And JT came back, and it was
he's fucking God, dude. So
yeah, if he wasn't in Jumper, he'd be in the band.
Oh, he was the first guitar player I ever saw play live in a local sense. I'd seen concerts. I saw him play at a local. It was at the Jewish Y in Northeast Philly. He was in a band called Cygnus, and they did Ozzy and Rush tunes. And Johnny was young. I mean, he looks younger than he is to begin with, but he couldn't have been more than 19 or 18 years old. And it was the first time I ever saw anybody like that, and I lost my mind. I was like 13 years old or something, and I idolized the shit out of him, and had the pleasure of getting reacquainted with him over the years, and I just really like that dude. He's a great guy, and he's an amazing guitar player. And if you ever get the chance, even in the band Jumper, which is not a band that's known for guitar playing, I highly recommend going to see them. The night of the Mike Tyson fight, I played a wedding, and I drove up to the 5-4 just to watch Johnny because it was like, oh my God, I can go see Johnny play tonight. And it was great, man. And I just...
Yeah, he's like the guitar player's guitar player.
He is, and it's effortless. Like the guy doesn't sweat. He barely even moves, and shit's just coming out. It's ridiculous.
My uncle was like that.
Oh.
Yeah, the other guy I know like that is Anthony Coluccio from
Oh, yeah. Now, you know who Anthony is, Nance. That was the guy who was playing for Mike LeComte the night you and I were hanging out with Mike.
Yeah.
And Mike's another one. Mike is one of my heroes. One of my heroes. From a very young age, I used to go see him at, it was the Velvet Lounge.
Velvet Lounge.
Yeah. I was probably underage and got in there somehow, and I used to go watch Mike. It was Thursday nights. I love it.
Well, this has been a nice night. It went very fast.
It did. It went super fast.
I think we need to do a part 2 on this for sure.
I agree. Joby, we're gonna have to get you in here.
Yeah.
We'll do a different night. Just to so we can get you in here.
Any night like Tuesday night is good
Shoot
for me.
me some dates, and we'll set something up for January.
And I'll bring the hot dog and the string because we were going to try that. I forgot to bring it tonight.
I'm sorry. I was going to sniff it out.
Yeah, I don't want to do that, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
We should do some skill tests.
All right.
All right.
Well, we are 8 minutes past our time, which means that we're going to get fined by my mother-in-law.
Right.
Oh yeah.
We're going to get fined.
Not me. I'm just going to leave.
Go upstairs and get her in the
Is that the yard work you got to do again?
There's a little bit of that because we do let her out once a day.
Yeah. You better stop saying this. Somebody's going to call.
I know.
Child services.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
No, we unchain her once a day, and she's
like that.
she's allowed to she's allowed to have some.
Hey, why put that Unchained reference?
It's okay. They're plastic chains.
It's always drop D, Joby. It's always drop D.
Of course.
All right. Well, Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. So,
Guys, thank you. Happy holidays to everybody.
You
thank
too.
you.
Come see us at Havana's and the Broken Goblet. We've got some more surprises up our sleeve later in the year. So.
We're going to try and make it
Paul, I
out
will
to a
see
show.
you soon.
Well, I'm hoping to see you before February 8th, so I'll try and figure something out if I'm not playing. But there are a lot of dates coming up for Old School, so thank God for that.
I'll see you at McStew's in a few weeks.
Yeah, it's coming up quick. Be here before you know it, man.
Everything is.
Okay. We're
All
signing
right.
off.
All right.
Have
you,
a
sir.
good one, Joby.
All right. Good night.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you all for listening.
Enjoy your holidays.
We love
too.
you. We love you. We really do.
Love you too, guys.
All right, folks. Take care. I don't think we're here next week.
We can be.
We'll figure something out.
We'll
let you
figure
know.
something out.
Next Thursday.
All right.
Yeah.
Good night, all.
Okay.
Thank you, Joby.
Good
Take
night.
care.
Night, guys.